Yo, what up, everybody? This is your boy Sharaf again, back with another episode of Disruptive Investing Channel. Today, we'll be exploring one of the biggest disruption of 21st century, which is the introduction of electric vehicles to the automotive industry. In this video, we will be talking about two EV companies, the first being California-based Fisker Inc., ticker symbol FSR, and the second one is Sweden-based Polestar, which is to go public through a SPAC company called Gorges Guggenheim, ticker symbol GGPI. I believe both these companies have huge growth potential ahead of them and hence may offer big returns to the investors. In this video, we will try to objectively analyze which one of these two companies offer a better investment opportunity based on their current valuation as well as their future growth projections. Before I begin, some of you may be wondering why I chose to analyze Fisker and Polestar over some of the more promising EV companies such as Lucid Motors, Rivian, NIO, or XPeng. Well, this is because I feel Lucid Motors and Rivian have already shot up too high in the valuation, so personally, I think they offer less of a long-term upside potential compared to, say, Polestar or Fisker. And I also wanted to avoid analyzing Chinese EV companies such as NIO or XPeng, as their price may be influenced by geopolitical factors and relations between US and China, which are beyond the realm of objective financial analysis. And the very last thing before we dive right into the analysis is the usual disclaimer that I'm not a financial advisor, so please do your own research as well. So, as usual, let's begin our analysis by providing a brief overview of both companies and get to know them better. First, we are looking at the California-based Fisker, which was founded in 2016 by Henry Fisker. A fun fact, this current company, Fisker Inc., was preceded by Fisker Automotive, which was founded in 2007, again by Henry Fisker. However, the original company went bankrupt in 2012 after manufacturing only 2,500 vehicles. So the current version of Fisker is a reboot of the original company, with the hopes of a better outcome this time around with their new all-electric SUV named Fisker Ocean. The production version of the Fisker Ocean SUV was recently released at 2021 LA Auto Show, whereas the actual production of Fisker Ocean is expected to start this year in November 2022, both in Europe and North America. One interesting fact about Fisker that differentiates it from the other EV players is that it has chosen to outsource the manufacturing of its vehicles to Magna and Foxconn. As you can see from the picture, that Magna will be manufacturing Fisker Ocean, while Foxconn and some yet unknown company will be involved in the production of its future models. Outsourcing to other companies is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it helps to streamline the process, de-risk the project by deferring to established manufacturer with decades of experience, while on the other hand, this also means that their profit margin will be hurt as they now have to share profit with other companies. And even more importantly, it makes them less agile in adapting to changes in the market, and it also means that they have less of a say in the manufacturing process and the quality control process, which I believe is a differentiating factor for any automotive company trying to make a name for itself. Now we will be looking at our second contender, which is Polestar. Polestar is a rebranded all-electric Swedish automotive company established in 1996. It was acquired by Volvo in 2015 and then acquired again by Chinese automotive company Geely. So you can think of Polestar as a hybrid Swedish-Chinese brand with its headquarters in Gothenburg, Sweden, and its production facilities in China. Polestar is currently producing two cars, Polestar 1, which is a plug-in hybrid, and Polestar 2, which is fully electric. However, as you can see, they're also planning on starting production on several new models, which include premium luxury SUVs to be released in 2022 and 2023. As you may have already guessed from the prices, that Polestar is mostly targeting high-end luxury EV market. Currently, all of Polestar's cars are produced in China, but they are also planning on manufacturing Polestar 3 in United States in the future. And for me as an investor, this move will be very significant as it will enable them to compete with Tesla and expand further into the North American market. The success of modern EV companies is usually defined by the range, technology, autonomous capabilities, and the price of their vehicle. Therefore, in this part of the video, we will compare these specs to give you a better sense of which of these EV companies are better suited for this new age of automobile revolution, and if these two companies can challenge Tesla or even traditional automobile companies. Analyzing specs and the performance of their cars, in my opinion, is very important, as it provides you with an insight into the potential of either company to capture the larger total addressable EV market, which in turn will determine their financial success and also your return on investment in the company. One neat way to analyze which car offers better value for money is to look at the price to range chart, where we can compare the driving range on full charge against the price. If you look at this chart, we can see that the lowest trim of Fisker Ocean has a range of approximately 250 miles and costs around $38,000, while its highest trim Fisker Ocean Extreme has a range of 350 miles and costs around $70,000. And its mid-trim Fisker Ocean Power I believe is most comparable to Polestar 2, and it has a range of around 340 miles compared to Polestar 2 range of 250 miles, and both of them cost around 50 to 60,000 US dollars. Based on the quick range versus price analysis, Fisker seems to be a winner here, as it seems to be offering greater range for the cost when compared to Polestar 2. But I think Fisker range should be taken with a grain of salt, as these are just target numbers, and they have not proven this range on the roads yet, unlike Polestar 2, which is in a production vehicle. I mean, take for example Polestar 3, which is in the development phase and has not started production yet, but they have stated their range to be 370 miles, which is even higher than the highest trim of Fisker Ocean. However, that being said, we still have to account for the fact that Polestar 2 still has relatively less range compared to Tesla or even other vehicles in its class. Well, nowadays, EV revolution is not just limited to transitioning from gasoline-powered car to battery technology, but thanks to Tesla, which has aggressively pushed for autonomous self-driving technology in its car, it is now expected of any premium automaker to offer some autonomous driving features, or at least offer a roadmap towards autonomous driving in the future. This is where Tesla is way ahead of its competition in the EV market. But let's also see where does our two competitors stand against Tesla and against each other in this space. As far as Fisker Ocean is concerned, it is expected to feature a driving assistance system developed in partnership with Magna. Dubbed as Fisker Intelligent Pilot, the system will be analogous to Tesla Autopilot. It will use suites of camera, ultrasonic sensor, and a new digital imaging radar to enable some autonomy. Moreover, Fisker hardware is set to be engineered in a way which will support future upgrade, higher levels of autonomy, and advanced driver assistance features. On the autonomous driving side, Polestar is a clear winner, simply because Polestar has a working driving assistance safety system, which is already implemented in Polestar 2. Polestar 2 uses an integrated safety assistant feature which constantly scans the surrounding for potential hazards, warns the drivers, and intervene if necessary. It can already do things like post-impact braking, lane assist, and oncoming lane collision avoidance, which makes it pretty advanced in its class of vehicles. Moreover, the upcoming Polestar 3 is reported to include hands-free autonomous driving with highway pilot system, which could offer SAE Level 3 autonomy with software upgrades in the future. Lastly, Polestar also has promised that its Polestar 3 model will attain the ability to drive unsupervised on highways at some point during its life cycle. In terms of the sales of the vehicle, we can't really talk about Fisker as of now because it is not in production yet. However, they are targeting to sell around 200,000 to 250,000 vehicles by 2025. We can see from this graph that Tesla took 6 to 7 years to ramp up to sell 250,000 vehicles per year. So for Fisker to do that in just 3 years, I think it is a little unrealistic, but we have to wait and watch. On Polestar's side, they are also targeting the sales to be around 290,000 by 2025, and their current sales in year 2021 was approximately 29,000, so they have a target of increasing their sales by 10 times in the next 3 years. Even this is an ambitious target, but I think this is a lot more achievable than Fisker's target, as Polestar already have manufacturing facilities in China and is in the process of building new one in the US as well. So once again, when comparing Polestar and Fisker on the potential sales of vehicles in the future, we have to give the edge to Polestar. Last category that we will explore is the financials and the valuations of both companies. First, let us start by looking at the market cap of both companies. The market cap of Fisker currently stands at 4.66 billion US dollars, whereas the market cap of Polestar is a little tricky to obtain since Polestar is not a public company yet. So what we need to do is that we have to look at the market cap of the SPAC company Gorges Guggenheim, which Polestar is merging with, and then derive the market cap of Polestar from that. So the current market cap of Gorges Guggenheim is $1.17 billion. And from the investor presentation on Polestar, we can see that Gorges Guggenheim investors will only own 3.8% of Polestar. This means that $1.17 billion is only 3.8% of total Polestar market cap. Thus, the implied valuation of Polestar is 1.17 billion divided by 3.8%, which is approximately equal to $30 billion. Therefore, on valuation side, Fisker is a clear winner as its market cap is only 4.66 billion US dollars, which means it has more upside potential, especially if it is able to meet the sales target of 250,000 vehicles by 2025. In terms of financial numbers, there is not much to report on Fisker as it has neither sales nor profit as of now. So what we can do is we can look at cash on hand for Fisker and also its quarterly cash burn and then try to deduce their probability of success in the future. The current cash balance for Fisker is $1.5 billion. Fisker management estimates its operational expenses to be on average of 332 million US dollars this year, and its capital expenditures spending to be an average of 178 million US dollars this year. This means that even though Fisker will have enough liquidity until the start of production, but there is also a risk for the company as any production hiccups can quickly eat through its cash reserves and push the company towards bankruptcy once again. However, I believe the chances of that happening is pretty slim as the experience of his manufacturing partner in Magna and Foxconn should mitigate any huge production setback. Polestar, on the other hand, is already a revenue generating company, with 2021 revenue estimated at $1.6 billion dollars and projected 2025 revenue to be almost $18 billion. Dollars. Although it should be noted that Polestar is not yet a profitable company, as the company has a net loss of $1 billion dollars and also have a negative outflow of cash worth $1.5 billion. Dollars. However, this is pretty common for a startup EV company, and Polestar is projecting to be both profitable and free cash flow positive by 2024, which is a really big positive for the company. So to conclude, I think the better investment opportunities between these two companies boils down to your risk appetite. The case for Fisker is that it has much higher upside in terms of stock price due to its relatively low market cap. However, Fisker has not produced any vehicles just yet, and there is no guarantee of success in this EV industry. We have seen many other EV players such as Lordstown Motors, Workhorse, and Nikola either completely fail to mass produce their vehicles or underwhelm in their execution by falling below expectations. Moreover, they're targeting the lower end of price range of the EV sector with their Ocean model with no control over manufacturing process. I feel the barrier to entry in this lower end of price range of EVs will be minimal and soon will be bombarded with new, cheaper EVs from established automakers who have better manufacturing experience and better purchasing power for procurements of parts. And I'm not sure if Fisker will be able to compete effectively in this end of the product line. So for me, Fisker is a much riskier option. Polestar, on the other hand, has a very low risk of failing in my opinion, as it is backed by automotive giants Volvo and Geely with years of manufacturing experience and extensive capital. Moreover, Polestar has already produced 25,000 vehicles in 2021 alone, and both its production vehicles, Polestar 1 and Polestar 2, have received generally positive reviews. Lastly, Polestar is already at the forefront of self-driving and autonomous technology. Polestar is already pushing towards level 3 autonomy for its Polestar 3 model, which will make it a force to be reckoned with in this EV sector. The only downside I see to Polestar is that its valuation is a little high as its market cap is already around 30 billion US dollars, which is in the same ballpark range as NIO, even though NIO is a market leader in China, having already sold 150,000 vehicles this year alone. If I was forced to choose between Polestar and Fisker, I would definitely go with Polestar as it has much greater probability of success in the long run. However, that being said, I'm not that enthusiastic to buy Polestar at these valuations right now. I mean, if the stock price go down after the company goes public, I will surely consider it, but at $30 billion market cap, I'd much rather invest in NEO or Xpeng. So that pretty much concludes the video. I hope you enjoyed and found some value in my video to help you make your own investing decisions. If you disagreed with any of my analysis or have a different viewpoint, please leave it in the comment as I would love to hear your opinions as well. Also, last thing, please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you in my next video. Peace.